Okay, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about really a response that Christians have to an argument, and that's the burden of proof. I think that we are so passionate about our beliefs sometimes that we feel that we need to just jump in and answer every single objection that someone puts our way. Well, keep in mind that if someone gives you an objection, that they actually have the burden of proof to prove their objection. And so, when you have this desire to just jump in, step back a little bit, take a breath, and see if there's really anything for you to prove. Remember, you have truth on your side, but it doesn't mean that you have to give up your entire argument in one shot. Here's an example. Someone says, well, the Bible's been translated 100 times. We can't trust anything that it says. Well, what is that? It's actually called an assertion. They've made an assertion without evidence. Now, you could take this two ways. Number one, you could say, well, the Bible has not. It's only been, it was translated into the Greek. We have the original Greek manuscripts that's only been translated once. Okay? Well, a better way to go would be to say, well, how did you come to that conclusion? What happens is that their argument will implode because there is no conclusion that they came to. They made an assertion. An assertion. So even if they do come to a conclusion like, well, there's the King James Bible, and then the King James Bible had this converted into this, that, this, and that, and there's mistakes all over the place. Usually what I find is that when they make an assertion and you answer with, how did you come to that conclusion, or something to that effect, that then they will come up with another assertion. Let me step back and explain how this will work. They say, well, the Bible is loaded with errors because it's been translated 1,000 times. And you say, okay, how did you come to that conclusion? And their response to that would be, well, during the Council of Nicaea, they left out certain books. Okay, and how did you come to that conclusion? So it just continues. They're not actually answering any question. They're just continuing to assert. And it's absurd. Eventually their argument will just run out. And the best thing that could happen is that then they're open to listening to what you might have to say. One thing that I've had some success with when they say, well, the Bible is translated 1,000,000 times, you might say something like, oh, really? I've studied a lot about the Bible. Are you an expert on biblical translation, or how did you come to that conclusion? So you're basically throwing out at them that there are experts in the translation of the Bible that would disagree with what they have to say, and they may decide to respond to that a little differently. So the point is that when somebody makes an assertion, that they have the burden of proof, not you. So keep it in their court, keep asking them questions, and you'll find that generally their argument will fall apart on its own without your help. Okay? Give that a try and see how it works.